Hello, YouTubers. Hello, subscribers. Kisses to all of you. I'm going to get started. If I don't, I'll keep changing. I've changed my shirt 1,000 times. I keep changing things. So we need to get down to business. How are you guys doing out there? Kisses to all of you. Thank you so much for being patient. I did take a small little mini break, but it was so well needed. I would like to give a special thank you to Raquel. She sent me this wonderful book, and it's like a self-help book. So I'm really excited about reading it, and I've been like skimming through the pages. It's a page turner for real, and I'm really excited about it. So thank you, Raquel, so much. And she sent me this beautiful card with it. So I'm going to keep them together. Thank you so much for my wonderful gift, Raquel. You're such a sweetheart. Well, you know, what we're going to start to talk about is Harry lying to us and how Meghan and Harry has lied through the years, and now they want to change it and think it's okay to change it. But before I get started, let's sing this Meghan show. Let's see. You guys had some other ideas. Let me see. It's the Jezebel show. It's the Jezebel show. It's the Jezebel show. It's the Jezebel show. Oh, yeah. My niece, I'm going to see if she can get me a little jingle. And if she can get a jingle off of that, maybe we can put some music to it. Maybe it'll sound a little better. But, you know, in honor of our Meghan, our traditional song is, it's the Meghan show. It's the Meghan show. It's the Meghan show. Oh, yeah. Now, I don't know how many O's. Sometimes I do 2, sometimes I do 3. But anyway, rewind it and sing it with me. Kisses. I missed you guys. Thank you so much for your support and your love. I want to do this video. It is talking about Harry's visa, and it's talking about how he lied to us. I think that is extremely important to discuss, because you can't say that you were doing drugs, and then lie on the application. And because you lied on the application, now you're trying to say you embellished the book. But I had forgot about that therapy session that he did on live TV and talked about all the drugs he was taking. So I do feel like there's something going on with the Biden administration withholding this information. I do agree that we do not need to see, you know, what it says. But if one person knows, we should all know. Meaning, once they let the judge know, the judge should let us know. If that made sense at all. People are trying to say that that's private information and that information should be kept between, you know, certain people. I'm like, whatever. I don't think it will look good if the Biden administration deported a king's son out of the country. So I don't know how that's going to work out at the end of this rainbow. But what interests me the most is that his lawyer got up in court and said that he embellished. He didn't really mean those things. He wasn't really telling the truth. He was just trying to sell a book. And so that's deception towards the people that buy the book, because we're expecting this truth, all this truth. And that's not what we get. We get embellished, lied, because we're trying to sell books. Well, did you lie about falling on the floor with the dog bowl? Did you lie about that whole section with Meghan and Catherine in it? Or your Todger needing some cream? Talking about your brother? I mean, how dare you write a so-called documentary / memoir about your life, and the whole book is negative. There is nothing positive about that spare book. That's why I don't know how he goes around and promote something that sounds like a sad story. It sounds like a really bad, sad story that him and Meghan concocted. And in between there, he met this beautiful American actress. Tell the truth. He married a D-lister actress that has been married once or twice before and is a divorcee and from America. And using the Duchess of Sussex as if she was born in the UK. Girl, let me tell you, that website, I'm telling you, what she wrote about herself, putting herself on such a high mountain, it blew my mind. Like, she talked about her accomplishments, how great she was, how she's done suits, and she wrote a book, she did a cookbook, she talked about how she got all these awards and how she's a humanitarian. I mean, it was just sickening to sit there and listen to her gloat about herself. And when you click on the website, which people are saying don't do that, that's what it's about. It's about Meghan's biography, and then it's about Harry's stuff, but mostly about Meghan. I know I switched it. Sometimes I switch the story. Anyway, I want to do this video, guys. That's my intro. I hope you're having a great, great evening. Okay, and let me add this. So Donald Trump has came out and said something to Harry and pretty much said he's disgraced his family and he's betrayed the Queen. He's a traitor. Okay. There's two stories, and hopefully I get to both of them because Little Bit and Daddy is at the park and I don't have that much time. Let's start with this video and then hopefully we get to the next one. Here we go.
Has said that Prince Harry, Donald Trump, next up, Trump has said that Prince Harry will be on his own if Trump, wins a second term this year. The former president criticised Harry for what he called an unforgivable betrayal of Queen Elizabeth II.
I told you, Donald Trump, if he becomes president, that's it for Harry. He may be deported day one. It's the truth. And Donald Trump is saying, which I agree, is that he disrespected his grandmother and his country.
Trump said that Joe Biden's administration had been too gracious to the Duke of Sussex since he moved to America in 2020. So is Trump right to be hard on Prince Harry? I'll come to you, Suzanne Evans.
Oh, crumbs. I think we've all earned the right in Britain to be hard, and possibly in America as well, to be hard on Prince Harry. I mean, there's no doubt he's been running our country down.
She said we all should be angry and upset and disappointed in Prince Harry, the traitor. He's run down his country. In other words, he treated it really badly, talked about it, mistreated it, called it racist, and so on and so on.
Harry and Meghan have given their children new...
It is not a secret to anyone that is paying attention that Harry has done something really wrong here. And it's not just one person saying it. It's thousands of people saying it daily, on a daily basis, how Harry has done the ultimate betrayal. but not just the betrayal. How he treated his country and how he treated his grandmother and his entire family. He full blown went to war. And then he turns around and pretends that, oh, it's okay. Let me run back over and check on them real quick and act like they're going to open up the door and say, come on in, Harry, let's have some tea. How's the kids? Tell Meghan to come on over and have some too. No, check him at the door. Make sure he doesn't have on any mics. Tell him he can't bring his cell phone inside of this building. And he pretty much got to come in there half naked. He's a traitor. He's the son of a traitor. I hope I said that right. No. He's the traitor. Harry is the traitor, sorry. Anyway. Harry's the traitor and they can't trust him. And so the best thing for them to do is to lock him out. Or check him at the door. My point is that Harry has caused all this war, drama, division, disgustingness, and it is at the height of everything now. He can't hide from what he's done. It's never going to, first of all, it's never going to go anywhere. Spare, Netflix, Oprah. Meghan wanted to get an award off of some of that stuff, off of Spotify and off of the Netflix document. Wanted to nominate herself for an award for it. That's how dense that thing is. That ditzy. That she would do something like that. I want to say something else. Back to Harry. So it's not going to go away. None of this stuff that he's done is going to go away. And for some reason, I feel like the heat is on over there. Like he's feeling the heat. Like it's hot. Like ain't nobody sleeping in Montecito. Ain't nobody getting along in Montecito. Ain't nobody talking to each other in Montecito. The stuff has hit the fan. Because no matter what Harry tries to do, his reputation is screwed for the rest of his life. Just because he went over there to visit his father, that was supposed to be us saying, oh, look, he's trying to get back with his father. He's trying to have a relationship. So then when he does come on TV and do the Invictus, we're looking at him like, well, at least he tried to reach out to his father. Well, at least he is trying to have a connection. No one sees that. And nobody will ever see that. Not for a very, very long time. Not until some people start taking some accountability for their stuff. But you can tell when things are going bad because the jobs aren't there. The opportunities are not there. The interest is not there. People are scared that if Meghan and Harry touch their brand, it will be treated in a negative light. It's not going to get a pat on. Lemonado is not going to have a whole bunch of people signing up to watch her on this program. Watch it. If she was this mega person that had all this talent that was going to rebrand and show us who she really is, then how come she hasn't done it yet? How come the coffee fungus thing ain't taken off like it should? Why isn't people following her around trying to get pictures and stuff of her, like the paparazzi? Why isn't she sought after like a real royal? Reality is that number one, people are sick of these two. The games, the lies, the trickery, and all of that. And Meghan, right on cue, sits, and I know I'm skipping around, so just catch it. Right on cue, Meghan puts out her rebranding right when King Charles and Catherine are not doing well. And I don't think she sees it as, oh, they're sick. She sees it as they're getting more attention than I am. That's how sick I think Meghan is. Oh, they're getting too much attention. Let's put the attention back on me. Because every time the royals do something, Meghan comes out with something of her own to show and to whatever. She thought the best time to rebrand herself was a time when her relatives aren't feeling well, instead of just waiting. No, she wanted to, she couldn't wait to tell us in her new website how wonderful she is and how she's this philanthropist. And like what she has said in her resume, she hasn't already told us, and Harry, because Harry has told us about her resume too on that docuseries. That Meghan has told us over and over and over and over and over again who she is and what she's about in her own words, as if we didn't know. And so she keeps telling us as if at some point we're going to be like, oh, okay, yep, that's why I like her. She's wonderful. I'm going to start following her now. She's going to start being on the top of my list. No. You have ruined your reputation, Meghan. You have ruined your husband's reputation. And with that, you have ruined any chances of people seeing him other than your pet. Donald Trump has even said something. The former vice president has told us how disappointed he is pretty much in Harry. I think I would be freaking out if it was me that, that presidents would be saying something about me that is not on the up and up. No, and he's not the only one. Megyn Kelly has came out and said something. We all are saying it. We all are saying the same things. But Meghan is still looking straight ahead and with that smirk on her face and act like it's her world. All this is new. She's got new money, a new house, a new kind of fame going on, and it has gone up here. And no one can talk her down. There's no one in her camp that can tell her, listen, why don't you be quiet for just a few minutes? Because it's a lot going on with you and Harry. He's got a charity over there that's doing disgusting things to people that he's not taking care of. But, oh, I'm going to run to see my dad and everybody's going to forget about that. Then the nerve of them to put the charity on the website. Oh, okay, so you're telling us you're a part of the dysfunction? Okay, I know. I'm going in. This is 5 days bottled up. How about that?
Donald Trump, next up. Trump has said that Prince Harry will be on his own if Trump, wins a second term this year. The former president criticised Harry.
Donald Trump has told Harry that you are on your own. I am not going to be babysitting you. If you have lied, you're getting deported. Okay? So don't even look this way. We're not paying for your security. So I don't care who you sue.
For what he called an unforgivable betrayal of Queen Elizabeth II. Mr. Trump.
Unforgivable betrayal. Harry, that's what people see you as. Unforgivable. That means no one should forgive you for what you have done. It's unforgivable. The things that you have done to your family and to your queen and to your country is unforgivable. And you allowed her to take full control over everything. Control of you, control of how you treat your family, control of how you treat your country, everything. And now we're looking back and looking at you like, ooh. And the former vice president with his record, you know, we can't talk about him without talking about his record, because he's got a record. Has told Harry that he has done something that is unforgivable. That's that stupid stuff. There is no way back. This is the end of the end. No matter how hard Meghan and Harry tried to reach back up to that top that they were up here at one point. You're not going to reach that. You're down here now. And in order to get back up there, you're going to have to humble yourself. And it's going to be more than one visit to your family. And it ain't going to be tomorrow. William doesn't even want to see you. He doesn't even care if you're touching down in London. What you do with your life is what you do with your life. That's what he has said. He tried to reach you, but once you can't reach someone that has been has been bewitched by a Jezebel like Meghan, William wasn't no match for Meghan. No one. The Queen, no one. She manipulated Harry. She told him, she manipulated him and put him over here in the United States and said the reason why she had to do that is because she was suicidal and that the family ran her out of there. And she was getting bad press. And let's talk about this. One of the Sussexes the other day wanted to remind us about how they said she was straight out of Compton or something like that. Okay, that is candy compared to what we're saying today about Meghan. That is candy. She is constantly in the news being talked about and being shamed. Did she come out and say anything about her in-laws being sick before she put out her website? No. And Harry can't take them kids over there, even if he coulda, woulda, shoulda, or wanted to. She wasn't going to let him.
Said that Joe Biden's administration had been too gracious to the Duke of Sussex since he moved to America in 2020. So is Trump right to be hard on Prince Harry? Welcome to you, Suzanne Evans.
Oh, crumbs, I think we've all earned the right in Britain to be hard, and possibly in America as well, to be hard on Prince Harry. I mean, there's no doubt he's been running our country down. He's trashed the royal family.
I'm sorry, if I rewinded this back to the beginning, I am sorry. I have done 2 or 3 takes of this, and so I may have said some of this stuff already, but bear with me.
Rapes doesn't even come close to, I think, what we're seeing from Prince Harry. And he's obviously now embroiled in this legal case, which has been brought in America because they're saying he shouldn't be allowed to stay in the USA because he's confessed in his book, Spare, to taking drugs. He confessed to taking marijuana, cocaine, and magic mushrooms. Now, of course, for anyone else in America, they'd be tapped out of the country and not allowed in if they confess to taking drugs. So I think there's a very good argument here. Why is Harry still allowed to stay there? Arguably he shouldn't be, or perhaps everyone else that's confessed to taking drugs and has been kept out of America now has a very good argument to be let in.
Nigel Nelson.
I think that Prince Harry should be treated absolutely like anybody else. He should neither be favoured for his visa application, nor should he be penalised because who he is.
Hey, sorry about that. I don't know what I was talking about and what I left off on. My daughter came home. She got me a little flower from the park, so I put it in there. Isn't that pretty? Anyway, so we're going to start right here. I do apologize. I don't know where I was. So we're going to start right here.
In the USA because he's confessed
And
in
pretty
his...
much we're talking about Donald. Well, she was talking about how Donald Trump said that Harry did something that was very unforgivable, which is the way he treated the Queen. And then now we're talking about the Heritage Group that is trying to uncover what was in Harry's visa. And Harry and his lawyers running around talking about that the spare book that they did was embellished. That was not true. So what about the therapy session?
book, spare to taking drugs. He confessed to taking marijuana, cocaine, and magic mushrooms. Now, of course, for anyone else in America, they'd be tapped out of the country and not allowed in if they confess to taking drugs. So I think there's a very good argument here. Why is Harry still allowed to stay there? Arguably, he shouldn't be. Or perhaps everyone else that's confessed to taking drugs and has been kept out of America now has a very good argument to be let in.
Nigel Nelson.
I think that Prince Harry should be treated absolutely like anybody else. He should neither be favoured for his visa application, nor should he be penalised because who he is. If the rules are you keep your application private, then I think it's quite right that his application should be private. Equally, he shouldn't be getting particular help from the current administration. So he should be an ordinary citizen. When it comes to the drugs bit, there is a waiver on the visa where you can say yes, I have taken drugs. You ask for the waiver and they give it to you. For all we know, he did that.
I don't think so.
Well, this is what they're trying to find out. The reason for trying to make the visa application public in the public interest is, did he answer yes to that question? Or did he say, no, I've never taken drugs? In which case, we've had the problem of what he said in the book.
But then they're saying that his lawyers are currently saying that with a book you're allowed to embellish.
Yeah, I thought that's a weird argument. That is genuinely a weird argument to find out. The reason for trying to make the visa application public in the public interest is, did he answer yes to that question? Or did he say, no, I've never taken drugs? In which case, we've had the problem of what he said in the book.
But then they're saying that his lawyers are currently saying that with a book you're allowed to embellish.
Yeah, I thought that's a weird...
His lawyers. Aren't we in... He's allowed to embellish. Now, I already did a video on Harry lying because I didn't know that you could write a memoir and then put some stuff in there that wasn't true, or make up something, embellish to make it sound better than it does. Now, if that is the case, what else have they done? Should we start with the racist comment? How Meghan embellished that whole situation that she wasn't even privileged to. And then all of a sudden, she's analyzing what it actually was. It was racism, but it was unconscious racism. My sister said, so what you saying is that they didn't know they was racist? Harry tells us that he did not know that he was racist. He didn't know that he had some stuff in him that portrayed racism until Meghan told him. First of all, Meghan can't tell you anything because she's not black herself. So she can't tell you how it feels to be treated as a black woman because she's never been treated as a black woman before. But then she wants to tell us that all of a sudden she felt like a black person. When? Sorry. These are just questions I have. And I know, I go deep. I went deep because I forgot what I was talking about. But I do know this, that these two have embellished a lot of information, a lot of things. They lied and said that the senior royals was planting and plotting stories against them when they were not. Just like she said that about the Beckhams. Meghan just started lying on people. Lying on Harry's friends. lying on Harry's family, and lying on Harry's country. She just started lying, and he sat there knowing that he see the same thing she is, and is okay in the lie. Oh, he knows she's lying. He knows she's lying about how his sister-in-law is towards people, and how sweet she is and kind and loving, and wanted to have a relationship with Meghan. But Meghan wasn't going to do that. But this is my point. Harry knows his family. He knows his family better than Meghan. But she comes in and tries to explain to him that his family is racist, and then he believes it? No. Harry needed to make some money to keep his wife happy. So he did what she told him to do. Come over here and trash his family for money. And now he's trying to move away from that. The trashing and he wants to be a part of the family again. Talking about he could work on behalf of, if they needed him to do stand in to do something royal. You don't even represent them anymore, Harry. So it will look really weird with you going on a royal engagement. It would look odd. It would just look like, what is King Charles really doing here? Is he really going to send this, his son that created war, to speak in behalf of the country? The UK don't want Harry speaking in behalf of them. And William ain't having it. William will never let them two back up in the kingdom. Meghan has messed herself up, even if she wanted to get back up in there. But she's still in a place called denial. And I know she's in denial because she's running around, getting into cars, having dates, and trying to figure out what next deal she can get and what other Spotify. Now she's scraping at the bottom of the scraping. She's scraping. And her clothes, I don't like the way they fit on her. I don't like it. She had on a brown coat, and she lied. I'm switching it again. She lied about them telling her what kind of colors to wear, and she had to wear neutral colors. She lied. She embellished and lied and added that to her story to make it sound good, because that's the only color that Meghan wear: cream, white, brown, and black. Occasionally red. Embellished. No, you lied. You and Meghan lied. You lied on the Oprah show. You lied in your spare book. You lied during your therapy session. And then you lied on the Netflix show about everything. Because if you can lie about your drug use and saying that you embellished it, like my sister said, I asked Juanita, I said, Juanita, he said that he embellished. She said, no, he's lying. He did take it. I said, yes, I know. They said hello too, by the way, my mom and sister. They said they will be back really, really soon. Okay.
That is genuinely a weird argument.
Good enough.
The one thing I would be surprised about is if Harry would have confessed to taking drugs in the book, knowing that could jeopardize his stay in America.
No, he didn't know that.
Yeah, because he has said that some of the things.
Harry didn't know saying that he was taking drugs would affect his visa. Of course not. He would have never done it.
He's taking now used as part of his recovery and all that. So
Yeah.
and in places
But
where
he may have got the waiver, is the point I'm making. He
Yeah.
actually knows he's got the waiver, but there's no reason why the public should see his application.
But I do see the public interest here issue, because if you did go to America, and if he didn't have that waiver, and then he confesses in the book, I think people have a right to know. I really do. There is a very strong public interest argument here, I think. And as for immigration authorities saying, well, applications are private.
Do you guys think that we have a right to know? Honestly, guys, I don't care one way or another, because the mere fact that he's in trouble is shocking to me. And his lawyer is trying to say that he lied about taking drug use in a book. And so he's got to lie to try to get out of it. That's what he's doing. He's lying to try to get out of actually saying that he did that. But he did do that. No. And so how are we supposed to believe anything that comes out of Meghan and Harry's mouth, which goes back to the unconscious bias? And look who is saying it. She is. Unconscious bias. It sounds like you declared war on your royal the royal family, Meghan, for some forsaken reason, because you didn't get the titles. I mean, not the titles, because they were going to take the HRHs that you aren't supposed to, you are not supposed to use your royal crest and supposed to have all this Sussex stuff going on this website that you got going on. Is that why? I know I was going to say something else, but hold on, guys. Sorry, a piece of candy. So good.
Come on. Harry doesn't want anything about his life kept private. He's laid it bare for us all to see, including, what he does with certain types of day cream on certain parts of his body. I mean, the extent to which this man has gone to basically say, I don't want any privacy, is quite astonishing. Quite astonishing.
Well, he does want privacy. One of his basic things is the...
But he doesn't, does he? Or else he keep his mouth shut.
His constant battle is against press intrusion. I'm not saying that's right, by the way.
I've got to stop you there when you say he does want privacy. If you want privacy, you probably wouldn't do something on Oprah Winfrey, who is a global TV star, to expose your family. That's not privacy. If you wanted privacy, you'd probably not do a Netflix all-encompassing documentary. Hang on, with the film crew. Or, yes, I know what you're going to say. Oh, and you also probably wouldn't write...
What am I going to say?
You're going to say that he wants it on his terms.
Oh, but that's what everyone...
You are going to say...
Everyone wants it on their terms.
Well, exactly.
What he's talking about is he's running this campaign against press intrusion. I'm not in favour of that campaign, by the way. I think he deserves much of the press intrusion he's got. But everybody's entitled to a measure of private life. The more public you are, then the less privacy you are going to have.
Well, that's his own fault then, isn't it? By your very admission, it's his own fault.
Yes, but it doesn't mean your personal private documents should be made public as a result of that.
Well, it depends whether you make up stories or you say something that would then... with the film crew, or, yes, I know what you're going to say. Oh, and you also probably wouldn't write...
What am I going to say?
You're going to say that he wants it on his terms.
Oh, but that's what everyone...
You are going to say...
Everyone wants it on their terms.
Well, exactly.
What he's talking about is he's running this campaign against press intrusion. I'm not in favour of that campaign, by the way. I think he deserves much of the press intrusion he's got. But everybody's entitled to a measure of private life. The more public you are, then the less privacy you are going to have.
Well, that's his own fault then, isn't it? By your very admission, it's his own fault.
Yes, but it doesn't mean your personal private documents should be made public as a result of that.
Well, it depends whether you make up stories or you say something that would then perhaps look like you've lied about something that's official, like on your visa. So there is a reason. We're not just... people aren't just saying, oh, we want to see Harry's visa application.
No, that's right.
We're saying it because he has admitted to taking drugs in his book Spare, his tell-all memoir where he trashed his family, and now Suddenly the Americans are going, well, if you took drugs before you
Yeah, that's right.
did you write it on the application form? So we need to know.
So but why do we need to know? If he lied,
Because
the American authorities, the immigration authorities know that, and they would then deport him from the country.
Well, we need to know.
And that's my point about treating him like anybody else.
There are others who've been deported. I think, was it Nigella Lawson who didn't get in because of her, her drug taking?
Yes, yes.
So
this is Trump's point, isn't it? Is he being given favourable treatment?
Yeah.
And again, that's something else that the American public deserve to know.
So would you kick him out then, Nigel?
Well, if he lied on his visa application form, yes. But I mean, that can be done by the authorities. What I'm saying is that we don't have to see everything he put down on his application to enter America.
I don't care about that. I just want to see the bit where if he's lied.
If he's being...
No one, he's trying to say that we don't have rights to see everything that's on his visa. That's fine and dandy. But what we should be able to see is that, that he did lie about this specific thing about taking drugs and saying that he wasn't taking drugs and said it several times that he was. So yes, we do need to know that piece. He's being technical with it. He's trying to say, we don't have a right to see everything on his visa. Okay, and what about that piece?
Protected because of who he is.
And I'm saying he shouldn't be. Yes, I'm saying he shouldn't be protected or given any favours.
How do we know whether or not he's being protected unless we see that form? We can't tell.
Right.
We know that it's White House lawyers who are fighting the case on his behalf. So quite clearly he's being protected. Quite clearly he's getting special treatment.
Yeah.
These are the White
Trump
House.
is right about that. He shouldn't be having it.
These are the White House lawyers who, as you said, just because he wrote something in a book doesn't mean it's true. Really?
Which we seem to all agree that was a pretty lousy case to put forward to a court.
Well, I'm actually really worried about the calibre of White House lawyers if that's the kind of argument they're putting forward.
Well, I wouldn't hire one of them.
Well, Prince Harry's hiring a lot of these people. It's costing him a fortune. So, Suzanne, would you chuck him out then?
If he's lied, yes, absolutely. You'd have to, because as Nigel quite rightly said, you cannot treat him any differently from anyone else. And anyone else would be kicked out.
Yeah, well, they'd kick me out in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? They'd be like, she lied in a form, we'll get her out of here. She wrote a book and then...
Okay, guys, I'm going to shut this one down. I'm going to start a new one. This is 40 minutes. The other one might be like 20 or 30. But I'll see you in just a moment again on the Meghan show. I hope you enjoyed it. Kisses to all of you. My numbers are going down. So, guys, get the word out. Get me some subscribers and some more family members, I should say. And kisses to all of you. Love you guys. Have a wonderful evening.